welcome back to Pistons Worldwide. The legend Tom. Tom, what's going on, brother?
What up, though, Jack? The legend, Jack. Pistons Jack. Let's go!
Now, Tom, I believe you're coming off a little bit of a big night last night, so I think today's show, we weren't drinking though because of that Spurs loss, but we're going to break down yesterday's game. We're going to talk about the Pistons post-All-Star break and some of the concern from the fan base around the team. Is it valid? Is it not? But before we get into all of that, if you haven't already, please go check out everything Tom's doing on his social media at Korean Pistons Fan. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, show some love in the chat. But Tom, I want to dive straight into this Spurs game, and then we'll talk a bit about some of the stuff I've seen on your socials about coming to Detroit again, and some of the suggestions I've seen people giving you. So, but first of all, what were your immediate thoughts on the game yesterday?
My God, my immediate thoughts while watching the game was, again, I tweeted it and you saw it. I was kind of disappointed in Wemby because, you know, like I believe like in the offseason or something, he made a quote about ethical basketball and stuff. So I expected him to be very physical, not flop, you know, like he's going to lead the next generation of basketball players. He's so good. But like after I found out he kind of flops a lot, it was disappointing as a fan. Like, it's not a diss towards him, but it was just disappointing to see him like flail so much, flop, you know, exaggerate contact. It is very disappointing to see. How did you see that? Like, how was it for you?
Yeah, no, you kind of brought it to my attention in the first time the Pistons played the Spurs like a week and a half ago now, and because like I haven't I just mainly watch the Pistons. I try and watch other games, but I've always liked Wemby and the team the Spurs have put together. But in that first game, I feel like we got a glimpse of it. But yesterday, like it was, there was like, and like even in my video I did yesterday, and even when I've made like reels about his flopping, I've always said like he's been the best player on the court in both games. The Spurs have pretty handedly kicked our favorite team's ass. Like, let's be real. Like, it's been a matchup nightmare. Like, I am not trying to be like a salty Pistons fan that doesn't acknowledge how good Wemby is. But the flopping is so egregious. Or foul baiting. Yeah. Some people are even coming at me like, no, Jack, that's actually foul baiting. That's not flopping. This is flopping. I'm like, whatever it is, it's all the same to me. And it's just like, it's hard to come out of that game as a Pistons fan. Obviously disappointing to lose, but like the biggest thing was the flopping, and then that Luke Cornett one, that was like dude,
that was hilarious. I didn't know the sign for the flopping was this by the referee.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a bad sign, because in Korea, if you do that to someone, that's flipping you off. Is it like that in Australia? If you do this in Korea, that's flipping you off. Yeah, so the referee was going like that. I was like, what? And that was a flop. So yeah, that Luke Cornett flop was egregious. Oh my, that was diabolical
as well.
Right?
I was like, dude, that was like,
and Spurs fans were complaining too about that call. Like they were saying, yeah, you decide to call that now? How about this and that? But bro, that was really bad.
And like, I've had a big enough cry about the flopping, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram. So I like personally, like, I'm gonna try my best not to get into it too much, but I think like it's just some of that. Like he poked Ron in the eye from flopping his arms. Like, and like I'm not even saying like they weren't fouls in yesterday's game. Like, sure,
exactly.
I'm just
they
like
were fouls.
It's just like, come on, like maybe that's what I just don't think you ever really see a Pistons player flop or sell contact. Like. Mate, please correct me if I'm wrong, because like I'm pretty.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing like any at all this season.
Like, do any of it? And like,
at all.
I'm not even saying that's right. Maybe they need to really lean into that, like to get some extra free throws. I don't know. But, yeah,
Professor said it right, like in the comments. It kind of makes it worse that he's like 7'5" or 7'6", whatever, and his wingspan is so long that when he flails, it's like a I don't know. It's so obvious and it's so big that you can't miss it. So it was very, because I'm a huge fan of Wemby. Because same with you during that Wemby year draft. I put a leave out from work just to watch the draft. The lottery. I was hoping we get Wemby and stuff. He's a phenomenal player. Like he's probably gonna dominate the Western Conference for a long time. It's gonna be like how Wemby dominated the Eastern Conference, how he dominated Toronto Raptors or something. I think it's gonna be similar to that because he's like 21, 22. That's kind of crazy if you really think about it. But as a fan, it was just disappointing. Like
Yeah.
I don't want him to get a flopper tag, like for example, like SGA or Brunson, whatever. But he's right there with him, so it was disappointing.
Like some of the ones, like there was so many instances, especially in that first half of yesterday's game. Like I think I posted 3, but I've still got others filmed on my phone. I'm just like, I'm just gonna stop because I don't want to come across. I'm already coming across as like a whining Pistons fan, but like there genuinely was so many instances where I was just like, dude, you're already killing us. Like, can you just stop doing this? Like, it's infuriating to watch. Like, and look, I must admit, like he got JD into like
Wow,
extreme
yeah.
trouble. Like, I must
He
admit,
played
like,
like 12 or 14 minutes, right?
yeah, he had 4 fouls with like 6 minutes to go in the second. I must admit, I was a bit like annoyed at JB for even keeping him out there. Like, I get there's a trust with someone like Cade, but when your center has 3 fouls or is in
Right.
that uh, foul danger, it's like get them out immediately. Because centers are just prone to fouls naturally. So, but yeah, like I must admit, Wemby yesterday, like that first game against the Pistons, he struggled to kind of score on offense. But yesterday, like him and
Oh,
Fox in the
he
first
was
half, I think he had
phenomenal, man.
44, and it was just like he's
Yeah.
just so good. Like he's just so good. Like I can't,
Yeah.
nothing else I
Like
can say.
Asar being out after a minute or two kind of played a huge part in Fox going off. But just Wemby, man. When you watch him, when he makes those threes, you can't even contest them. Like when Stu's like a very good defender, like one of the best in the league, but he had no chance in blocking Wemby's threes or shots. So it's kind of crazy. Like watching him, it kind of feels like a different sport. You're in awe.
Yeah.
Like what just happened, man? Like what? It's kind of crazy. So I'm a huge fan. Just hope he someday gains some muscle and figures out all that flopping and stuff. Because I
No,
hate it.
totally. And look, Devon here says, I don't see the Pistons as getting killed. The first quarter was bad, but most of the game it was a 10-point game. I think Cade or someone on the team has to learn to draw contact. No, I agree. I think I'm probably going a bit too far when I say they they destroyed the Pistons, whatever. But I think the thing for me was like how uncomfortable Cade looks against the Spurs is the thing that
Right.
I understand the margin that Devon's pointing out here because towards the end of the third quarter, I think Stu hit a couple of threes, Huerter hit a 3, and I was like, okay, like it's back to 12, it's back to 10, and they could never break that barrier. Like it was a winnable game, but it just felt like there was in both of these games, it's felt like the Pistons can never get any momentum. I don't know if you felt the same, Tom, but it just
No,
feels like
I
because
felt the same.
Cade feels like so uncomfortable, like he can't get really anything in the paint. He's
Yeah.
relying on his jumper so much that I'm just like, that's the thing that makes me feel like the Pistons, the margin isn't telling the whole story sometimes,
Right.
if that makes
Right. Right.
sense.
Right. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Like, you did. I'm glad you mentioned that Cade kind of looked uncomfortable because Cade is one of those players you really cannot speed up. Like he plays
Yeah.
zone pace, he plays zone game. He's never in a rush. He reads the whole floor and stuff. But yesterday, like I think he was surprised at the shots like Wemby was blocking, at the space that Wemby was like covering. Because the last time I saw Cade like this was probably like his rookie year against the Lakers when he got blocked by Anthony Davis twice in a row. Like he was like,
No,
what? He blocks this? You're like those kind of brain rot moments. Like so, and Castle is a very very good defender. He's got to be up there with a man and a sorry, one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. So, he was being very physical with Cade, which kind of worked. And I saw a quote. If you shut down Cade, who was that? I think that was just yes from today. Someone from media said like if you
Stephen A.
shut
Smith.
Okay. If you shut down Cade, you shut down the Pistons. And I would love to prove him wrong for the Pistons to prove him wrong, but he's kind of right because if you focus like three guys in Cade and put a lead defender on him and a good rim protector, we don't have the spacing or shooting to help force them to change their defense. But that's why I'm glad they played Kevin Huerter. Like they gave him a chance and he played well.
No, and I think maybe we'll talk about him for a second because he was one of the big positives out of a pretty tough game. Like he had 7 points, 5 rebounds, 1 steal. He hit his corner 3, which was awesome to see. Team high plus 15 in a game where the Pistons felt like were constantly down 10, as Devon outlined. But I've been wanting to see him just get some consistent minutes. Maybe we were talking about that last week. I think a lot of people have, not just me, obviously. But like you said, like you could see the vision of like, yes, he's not going to be the difference between the Pistons winning a championship or not. But like in terms of the struggles,
what if he is?
you never know. Maybe he is. I just don't want to get too ahead of myself after 17 good minutes of Kevin Huerter. But like, he definitely, that's the most comfortable I've seen him look in non-garbage time minutes.
Right. It is really good to see JB play him. It was kind of forced by his hand because Ron got injured during the game, Osar got injured, so he had to play him. But still, the fact that he played well during those minutes really was good. I saw your tweet. At least we're leaving with something, and that was good. Kevin Huerter minutes, and I'm kind of worried about I'm not too worried, but somebody who's been in a slump recently was Dennis Jenkins. He didn't really look good out there. Like I saw a lot of funny tweets about him. Like after he got the contract, like he dipped or whatever. I think he's just in a shooting slump, and if you play against Wemby and the Spurs, their defense like it's kind of phenomenal. It's a defense you kind of never saw. Like he blocks floaters. Like floaters are meant to be shots that are not blocked by big men. Like you shoot it with a high arc, with the timing that the big man usually cannot block it. But Wemby was blocking that shit. That was, he's crazy. So they have good and elite perimeter defenders, and if you manage to get past them, there's the best rim protector of all time waiting for you at the rim. So it was kind of wow. So when I was watching it, I was like, all right, if we manage to make the finals, I'd rather face the Thunder or the Nuggets than the Spurs. It's kind of, I think the Spurs could be the Pistons' ultimate kryptonite because I don't know how you really have to have a really good Cade game and a really good shooting night from Ron or whomever, like to actually have a chance of beating the Spurs because they really match up well against us.
No, definitely. And I think the entire, you can see why even OKC lost 3 or 4 games in a row to the Spurs back in November, December. Like the thing with Wemby as well, like you mentioned, Tom, like having him in the paint, having him just on the floor allows their defenders to be so aggressive. It allows Castle to pick Cade up and pester him the whole way down the court. It's why I will not, I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's why I actually don't think Castle bothers Cade as much as Spurs fans will say. I think it's because Cade's trapped. He can't get into the paint right now with what we've seen in 2 games and make anything happen. I like when he's aggressive and goes at Wemby, but it just hasn't really resulted in many free throws or finishes. So it allows Castle to pick him up, to push him, to bump him, because Cade can't if he gets by Castle, it's like you're going straight into, like you said, the best rim protector of all time. I think you can say
I think that's not even an exaggeration. I think he's the best of all time.
He is.
There's no question. I know, there are great defenders in the past, like Tim Duncan or whatever. All those great defenders in the past, but Wemby's something different. He's different. So, yeah. Hey, what up, though, Maddie and Joe? What up, though? So yeah. Are you eating your breakfast? What are you eating?
I was having some lunch.
What are you eating? I'm curious.
I'm having a chicken pesto toasted sandwich.
That sounds delicious. Okay.
Do you even know what that is, though? Be honest.
I mean, chicken. I know what chicken is. I know pesto, And I know the sandwich, so that's probably put together. So like, sounds delicious.
It actually is really nice. Not gonna lie. Shout out to Andy for making that for me while I was
Oh,
being
let's go.
but
I saw Andy on the reel once. You remember that, right? Like somebody posted her and you in
yeah.
the Pistons game with the fire outfit, and I was like, all right, who's that guy, man? I was
It's not for me. It's because she was rocking a cool jacket. That was crazy because that was from like a year ago. Like, but
exactly, yeah. I was like,
that's
what?
cool. That was the first time I ever was at LCA because that's what I remember. That's what I was wearing, the red jacket. But
Yeah,
yes, the Wemby and the Spurs are a problem. Like as Maddie said, they're different. They might be the Pistons' kryptonite. They might be the entire NBA's kryptonite, but just Wemby himself. But
I don't know how to beat him. Like, I think you need a Shaq, or maybe
look,
Jokic.
I've got something.
Jokic.
I've
Right.
got
Okay.
something, and this is
Okay.
what like
Call Men in Black.
Jalen Duren's the key. Like,
Jalen Duren.
like I'm not saying this like they're gonna beat the Spurs, but in a championship. But for them to actually win a game, Jalen Duren has to be the key. He has to get Wemby into some form of foul trouble, and he has to play through Wemby. And him getting
Right.
4 fouls in whatever minutes that was. I'm not saying the Pistons win if he plays a good game yesterday because he was actually pretty decent in the first game, but like he has to be on his A game. Like he can't be,
Right.
fouling Wemby at the free throw line as he's taking a jumper. Like he needs to be more disciplined. So,
Right. He
like
needs
I
to do
think,
more of those poster dunks. Like that was actually one
yeah,
of the first times Wemby was actually
yeah,
posterized on the dunk. So he has to be more
yeah,
aggressive. Put his body on his chest. Move him out of the
hundred
way and
percent.
finish. Yeah. I get what you
100%. Like
mean.
he's the key for me with the roster as currently constructed for the Pistons to beat the Spurs. Obviously, Cade can't have. I think Cade actually made some shots yesterday. He just missed a lot in the paint. But like, you're gonna need Cade at least at like not A plus, but he needs to be like 9 out of 10. And then you need Jalen, but you need your 2 All Stars to be on their A games. Honestly, like
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
because of what Wemby presents. Like, obviously, some shooting would help, but I think at this stage of the season, it's hard to rely on shooting as being
You probably need a run,
yeah,
two threes from the corner or something like
yeah,
unexpected, like Jenkins three, because that will help, like relieve the pressure in Cade and Duran.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like, exactly. Someone needs to bob up like that. Losing Asar really did hurt
Ah,
yesterday. Like, because he
he's
got
out tomorrow.
yeah, he gets hurt in the first 2 minutes, and I'm sure they would have put him on Fox at some point because
Right.
Fox was just, Wemby's the headline, but Fox was going absolutely insane in that first half. They both had 22 each, so maybe you could slow him down. So losing Asar hurt, losing Ron. Like I actually thought when Ron came in as well, he was actually pretty solid. Like he had like
All right.
10 points or something. Like he was picking up those Asar minutes and using them, but obviously he goes out. But
I hope
yeah,
it's not something too serious. Like probably
yeah,
he'll probably be like wearing a mask next game or something. Hopefully, and he'll come back. I saw
yeah.
Sar was out, and Cade's actually questionable, so that's kind of worrying. So
Well,
I,
they got the Nets heat the Nets again, so maybe they just rest some guys against the
you know
Nets.
what? If we lose against the Nets tomorrow, I might panic. Like I never panic, but
Really?
I don't know. Like I'm probably gonna be more critical because you cannot. You're off to a two-game losing
Yeah,
streak, and you face the Nets who have Michael Porter Jr. and a bunch of NBA players, obviously, but nothing like Traore, like Claxton, like nothing too crazy. These Nets are tanking, and if you lose to them, it's gonna be disappointing, very disappointing. It's gonna like the losses to the Cavs and the Spurs. I can get with it, like you cannot win every game, but a loss against the Brooklyn Nets that will be disappointing, really. So I really hope we
well, I
lose
think
tomorrow.
that kind of brings us to our next topic, like post All-Star break. Like the Pistons, I'll just very quickly go through it. They beat the Knicks without Cade and Jalen Duren. That was a great win. I love that
Right.
game. The Bulls are the Bulls. Like they beat the Bulls in Chicago. Great, handle business. Lost to the Spurs at home. Pistons didn't have obviously Stu. I can't remember the Spurs might have been healthy, but I think the Spurs fairly it was a closer game, but the Spurs won that fair and square for the most part. We then beat a injury depleted Thunder. beat the Cavs without Harden and Mitchell, and that game went right down to the wire in overtime. Beat the Magic. That was a pretty sound win. And then obviously lost to the Cavs without Mitchell, and then yesterday's game. So I think they're 5-3, maybe 5-4 now. 5-3 since the All-Star break. So Tom, you're saying if they lose to the Nets tomorrow, you'll be
I'm gonna be disappointed.
Concerned.
Yeah, because it's the Nets. It's just no excuse losing to them, especially at home after a 2-game losing streak. I'm sure this. Pistons are really good after a loss. So a 2-game losing streak is kind of rare to see with the Pistons, especially this season. We lost like 15, 16 games, I believe, right? So it's really rare. But if you lose 3 straight, especially against this version of the Nets, it's not gonna be pretty. Like
what is it that's concerning you? Like, is it something about shooting rotations, or is it more just like the fact if they lose to the Nets 3 in a row, like it's just
that. It's probably that.
Off.
And the Pistons haven't been playing like the Pistons since after the break. I feel that's what I feel. Like we did have some wins here and there, but we never had a really dominant win, especially against a good team, like against the Spurs or the Cavs or whatever. I haven't seen that dominant victory against we had against the Knicks or something. So it's and I wish we go on a winning streak again after this one. So I was yesterday's loss kind of got to me. I was like, So if we lose tomorrow, I might be a sad Korean.
Well, and shout out to Maddie and Romney. They're both going to the Nets game tomorrow. So
awesome,
I think they'll win tomorrow. But no, they'll get a win tomorrow. Yeah. But you're actually
Maddie,
right, Tom.
What's your record, Maddie? Like when you watch games, do you keep track of that?
Drop it in the chat, Maddie. And there is something I wanted to bring up, but Joe here asked, have you guys tried pesto cheese and an apple sandwich? I've never had apple in a sandwich. That's crazy.
I never had pesto in a sandwich. So
it's really good. Like I never used to try it, but I vouch for it.
All right, I'm gonna ask Andy the recipe or something. Maybe I'll try it.
I can just tell you it's very simple. It's just chicken, cheese, pesto, and some butter with salt and pepper, toasted sandwich.
Okay.
But I was gonna say you're right, Tom. They haven't been playing like the Pistons, and everyone's talking about mostly their offense dropping off since the All-Star break. They had the 17th ranked offense, but it's the defense that has really dropped off. They're ranked 13th, and it might even be a bit lower now. I think these numbers were before the Spurs game, but 13th ranked defense. That's somewhere the Pistons, you haven't seen them drop out of the top 3 or 4 the entire year, and that's across like a 8-9 game sample. So it's not like it's just 2 games. So I think you're very right. It doesn't feel like they've been the same Pistons.
Yeah. Hopefully they figure it out, because it could be that the league kind of figured out how to play this version of the Pistons, like pressure Cade a lot and all, just leave their shooters open and all that, pack the paint. And this, if you really think about it in a good way, it's actually good that the Pistons are facing this wall right now. So they'll have some time to figure out how to face these kinds of offenses, especially in the playoffs when the games tighten and the paints clog up. The Pistons might have like a different version, like of their spacing, whatever. They can figure it out. So it's a good thing they finally faced this kind of imaginary mid-season wall post-break. But I'm glad it's not in the postseason, and I hope JB. I trust in the coaching staff too much, so I'm sure they're gonna figure something out.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd like to see. It's good. Like even though Sass has probably struggled in the minutes he's gotten, and Huerter, we saw him finally getting yesterday. I'm just hoping Huerter's minutes aren't because Asar was injured and wrong. Like I'm hoping, I understand those two will always play, but I'm hoping JB, like the Pistons, 3-point shooting's been an issue all year, but it's gotten even worse since the All-Star break, and it feels like that watching them. It feels like every game they start 1 of 10. Like I don't know about you, I'm like every game I'm like they're going to hit 1 of their first 10, and then we'll see what happens. Like it's just how it goes.
Yeah, you're right. Wait, Devon, like you're completely right. The offense is probably affecting the defense. Like It's been especially when we miss shots and a long rebound, the opposing team goes in the fast break. And recent games, I think the Pistons have been calling the first timeout of games more often than before, which kind
Yeah.
of says a lot because says a lot about their slow starts. And speaking of the Celtics, congratulations to JT. Man, I have so much respect, man. Like 10
How,
months after Achilles injury, he played today. I was actually
how did he
watching the
look?
game
I
before
haven't.
this. He was actually looking pretty good. He missed his first 6 shots or something, but then he
Yeah.
made the next 2 shots. He was rebounding well, he was defending well, he was passing well. So, yeah, another thing to worry about for a Pistons fan.
Well, look, I'll be honest. Yesterday, like, yeah, it's concerning. I don't think the Pistons have had a really disappointing stretch like this all year. Now, I think a fair bit of this is because they've been playing some good Western Conference teams, and the Cavs, have found their rhythm for sure. But I do think some of it, like I think Devon's point was good about the offense affecting the defense. But I think there's plenty of time to adjust. Well, I think
Right.
yesterday was game 61. There's 20 games left. Hopefully, a SARS injury is no more than like a week.
Oh,
Um,
please.
but
Please.
I
That's gonna.
think there's time to adjust, and I think we're going to find out a lot about this team. But I will say, when we look at the East, Tom, like we've handled the Celtics pretty well. I know they got Tatum back, but we've handled the Celtics pretty well. They've been close games, but we've completely obliterated the Knicks. The Cavs are the one for me that
Right.
are a bit of a worry. And it's similar to like the Spurs and Wemby, like because they have Mobley and Allen. Cade has just always struggled
Right.
against the Cavs, like his whole career. Like he'll have a game where he does score 27 like he did last week, but for the most part, Cade always struggles. And it's primarily because of the way Mobley protects the rim and Jarrett Allen. But um, your concern right now, how much of that is related to, I guess, the Pistons maybe struggling to even just get to like the second or Eastern Conference Finals, like
Mm.
based off what we've been seeing?
Wait. So, well, I don't really understand your question fully. Like, what's my concern about? Like, sorry.
Like, are you now like after the past like 5 to 7 games, like
Uh-huh.
more concerned, like very concerned about the Pistons, like even winning a series or
Oh.
getting out of the second round?
Um. Yeah, a little bit more concerned, but it's most of it is not because the Pistons are playing really bad. I think mostly about the other teams playing well. Especially in the first round, we have a good chance of facing Charlotte, who have been like on fire recently, and they're a really fun team to watch. I watch their games when Pistons games aren't on because Eric Collins is an elite announcer, and their offense it's so good. Like Brandon Miller, Ramela Ball, Con Knuppel, like it's a very fun brand of basketball. So I like watching them, but so we have a good chance of facing them, which is not going to be a typical 1-8 matchup. They're really good. Like they figured things out. And in the second round, I really hope we meet the Knicks. Like that matchup, that blood again. Um, but I'm kind of worried if we meet, for example, the Cavs. Yeah, I agree with you. We talked about this last week. The Cavs are the team I'm kind of most concerned about in the Eastern Conference. I know, Celtics. Yeah, they got JT back, but Nikola Vucevic, he just got his finger fractured today during the game, so he's out. The Cavs are really worrying me. We lost to Donovan Mitchell-less Cavs, so the Cavs are the one team I'm most concerned about in the Eastern Conference. And if we make the finals, I'm not sure how we can beat Wemby, man. Like that guy's
Who's
different.
this version of Tom? You're normally the one
Yeah,
saying going all the way. You're
right,
really
yeah, but that Wemby thing, he kind of breaks your like
yeah.
imagination and stuff. Like, what? You block that? Like, there was a sequence in the Spurs game where like Pistons got like 2 offensive rebounds and he blocked everything. Like, oh my god. So yeah, he kind of broke my confidence, my utmost confidence. But yeah, I still think we're gonna win it all. If I had to bet money, yeah, I would do it. I would still do
No.
it.
No, I must admit, like the past week, it has been concerning. And like the shooting for me, like I knew it wasn't great the whole season, but like it feels like we just cannot. I feel like we get good looks. Like And that's the part that goes back to what Devon said about offense, maybe, frustration from offense feeding into their defense. It's like I'll see like a wide open corner three, and it's just like I just know we're not hitting it. And you work so hard, like the team will work hard to get that open look, and you just know it's not going in. And like Duncan, I feel like I'm not sure what it is. Maybe he's in a bit of a down patch as well. Like 2 or 4 from 3 yesterday, but I feel like I just haven't felt Duncan come out and hit 3 threes in the first quarter or have one of those quarters where you're like, oh my God, he's on fire.
I think
And maybe,
the
yeah,
defense is really zone in on, especially first on Cade. They double team Cade and all that. And the second point is they never leave Duncan Robinson open. Like sometimes they don't even look at the ball. They just chase him around because they know if they do not give Duncan Robinson a chance, the spacing of Cade, Asar, Duran, and Tobias, it's not perfect. So they just like they chase him around like he's prime Steph Curry. So there's that. So that's why I think that's one of the reasons he's not getting the like 4 threes in a row and time off with the opposing team type of runs. Like as you mentioned.
No, it makes so much sense because him only taking 4 threes yesterday, like, well,
He just doesn't get
he doesn't want to shoot. He can't get open. Yeah, exactly right. And Matty, just an update here. He's 4-2 in games I've been to this year. This better be 5-2 tomorrow, Matty, or we might have to blame you.
4-2. If you consider the Pistons' record this season, that's not a good record. Just messing with you, Matty. Your dog has been in the slump.
Who would you say? So, Tom, who would you say is the biggest threat? Just to answer the question here, the biggest threat to the Pistons in the East. Like, which team scares you the most? Cavs.
Cavs. It's got to be the Cavs because it's very different. They have everything. Like they have the 2 supers, or maybe if you call them 3 or 4 stars in the starting lineup. They have spacing around them. They have like one of the best movement shooters in Sam Merrill. They have a good bench. So I really wish we get the playoff Harden.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not gonna lie that I keep in like, right? As much as they scare me,
and the lights are too bright type of Jarrett Allen. Those memes.
No, that's it. I know, and that's why I don't want to lose too much faith because I feel like come playoff time, Pistons now, I think they really did get a lot from that series last year against the Knicks. And I think that's why they started the season so well because of chemistry from last season with the core. The defense was awesome last season from like January 1st onwards. They were like right there with like OKC and stuff. So I want to believe that, these losses against the Spurs and even these close games against the Cavs, they hurt right now. But I just think maybe come playoff time, I don't want to lose faith in our defense too much. Like I know it's kind of in a bad spot right now compared to what it's been, but something like about playing like Harden in the playoffs or even Mobley, like he's been solid against the Pistons, but like, I don't know, that's a guy I could just see Stu taking out of a playoff game, just limiting him. So I don't want to panic too much, even though the Cavs, like Jalen Tyson's a guy as well. He looks amazing. Like they're just in.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah,
he annoys me, but he's good. He's a good player. He annoys me.
He is. Yeah,
he's like Dylan Brooks. Like
yeah, for sure. He is. That's a great comp. Like in your face a little bit, celebrates in your face. But I think I'm trying to think who's the second team because I think the Cavs are would be a lot of people's right now. I'm trying to think who's the other team. Yeah,
it's got to be the Celtics or me. I'm not worried about the Knicks at all. It's got to be for me. It's the Celtics or, as I mentioned, Charlotte Hornets because the Hornets have been really. I'm not even kidding. They've been. Did they win today? I saw that their game against the Heat. It was like a playoff game. I just saw it.
Yeah.
The Heat won by 8. But still,
got you.
I would love to face the Heat. Those Heat Bulls. The Bucks, I would rather face them or the Magic than the Charlotte Hornets because they were probably their version of the New York Knicks, how New York Knicks is to us, and we're probably the New York Knicks to them because that fight, the bad blood between Moussa Diabate and Jalen Duren, that meme of Jalen Duren pushing Diabate, I'm sure they hate us.
Oh, definitely.
Exactly. So as a basketball fan, that series is gonna be perfect. But as a Pistons fan, I would rather not face them in the first round. Like,
Well,
let Boston take them.
I think that's why I'm not as like they're playing amazingly. Obviously, I saw someone put out some stats like since like January or something, they have the best net rating, the best offense, the top 5 defense. Like they're playing amazing. I I just think though mentally the Pistons would have an edge in a playoff series
Yeah.
over them. Like I think I could see them being the Pistons of last year, losing their cool with the physicality and letting that like affect their performance. That's what the Pistons would do last year, especially in the regular season. Whereas
Right.
this year, like that fight with the Hornets, the Pistons immediately got up by 20 points after that, and Charlotte came back. But that's why maybe I'm stupid, but that's why I'm just not as concerned about the Hornets as good as they're playing, because the Pistons kind of did this last year. They were just more leaning into defense instead of offense. But no, it's like I think it'd be a great series for sure. Like, but I think maybe I'll say the Celtics. Orlando have always been a team that worried me, but I must admit, watching them just handle the Magic in Orlando, that win kind of meant a lot to me, because I feel like we never win in Orlando. But they didn't have
Orlando doesn't scare me at all.
Yeah, I think I'm past that now, and I think I would probably say Celtics and then probably the Hornets, honestly.
Right.
But so
Exactly
I think we're aligned.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, but Maddie, you're right. Playoff shooter is kind of he kind of scares us because he's really good. And that moment between him and Cade, that was hilarious. Him telling about Cade getting All-Star MVP stuff, and he's not receiving his calls. That was funny. Do you think that's true, or he's just messing with him? Do you think that's true?
It's true. I think it's true. Like I think it's just like you're not on the same team. Like I don't know. I think it's definitely true, but like it's probably just been like one time he tried to call him. I don't even know.
You know, like wait, a few days ago, I think they were in Houston after the game in Houston. Wait, it wasn't Houston. It was somewhere else. And then Cade and JD and Stu, they posted a story at nearly the exact time, and that was like 4 to 5 a.m. in the States. I was like, what are these guys doing? Like, are you guys like partying outside or something? That was hilarious.
I know. I do notice sometimes, like, if it's late in the afternoon my time and I see a Pistons player post a story, I'm like, it's like 3 a.m.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just getting home
late though, like, or maybe they're out. But yeah. We'll leave that to the imagination. But I think that's kind of all we had. I did want to quickly just shout out Cade for winning his second Player of the Month.
Oh, that was great. That was awesome.
So I think him and Wemby won it for each conference, but Cade, I believe, is the only player to win it twice.
Gotta be.
So far this season. So I guess off the back of that,
the hate that the Pistons and Cade are getting is now because the Pistons are really good and Cade is in legit MVP talks. That whatever he does, the fans of the other teams try to bring him down. Or the Pistons, they see a 3 of 10 shooting performance. They go like, oh, he's trash, and they just ignore the 12 assists, whatever. So the hate that the Pistons are getting, I love it, because that means we're a threat to you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You're scared of us. You're worried about us. That's why you're trying to bring us down. So that kind of like makes me feel better. Like whenever the majority of the fan base hates us, like saying like we're the Temu like bad boy Pistons or whatever, it's gonna. Thank you, man. Thank you for recognizing us. You know they'll never say it. They'll never say it, but they acknowledge us. They're afraid of us. They know we're here. That's why I love it.
Yeah, when other fan bases are talking about you, like, oh, I love watching them on League Pass. They're so fun. It's like, yeah, that's when like you're not really a threat. When you're a threat,
like Charlotte.
That's when the hate comes. Yeah. But now the Hornets are slowly now transitioning to how the Pistons did end of last year. It's like, oh wait, these guys are actually really good. Like now they're a bit of a threat. Like the hate will start coming heavily for them. It's just how it goes. It's like, like I don't want Cade to be like he's a fun player. Look at him. He's improving his true shooting percentage this season. Like, it's like, no, I want people to hate him because he's ranked too high on polls. They're talking about him like because that means he's like becoming the player we all want him to become. So, yeah, I'm fine with the hate. I don't really. It's always interesting, like, but I
Yeah,
think it's just how it
I
goes.
love
But I
I
was
love
going
the
to
hate.
ask you, do you think, let's say, just for the sake of making the conversation interesting, let's just say SJ and Jokic are ineligible for MVP.
Hmm.
Who's your MVP right now?
Cade. What?
So,
What
like,
kind
over
of...
Wemby?
Oh, wait, is Wemby eligible? He missed a
I'm
lot of
saying he's
games.
eligible. He still is, yeah.
Oh no.
So it's pretty much,
Um,
yeah.
I'd still go with Cade. The past few games haven't been pretty, but there's a whole season of evidence how he's been dominant and playing really well. Oh no, the Red Wings lost again. Oh my God, they've been playing really bad recently. Anyways, yeah, it's still got to be Cade, but most awards, the latter part of the season appeals a lot to the voters, and Wemby's having a great end of season. So I don't know. Right now, he might have overtaken Cade as the favorite
Do
after
you
the
think,
two.
yeah, because a Spurs fan asked me, they're like, what's the case for Cade over Wemby? And I initially just replied as like, being a smart ass. I was like, because I'm a Pistons fan. But then
I saw that.
he was actually really respectful. So I just said, I think Wemby's slightly ahead right now, especially like when you look at the head-to-head games. But the argument for Cade is the body of work of like the load he carries offensively, second in the league for assists, and then it's like what he does on defense. Like I can't think of another player that affects the game in so many different ways at a high level. He might not always be locked in defensively, but he is 75% of the time.
I
Plus,
mean, if there's one player, that's Wemby.
no, but Wemby doesn't play
Yeah,
make. And I'm not saying Cade's
exactly.
better than him. I'm not saying Cade's
Yeah,
better than Wemby. But I'm just saying when I say all around, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
what
I
part
get
of
what
the
you mean.
game does Cade not affect at a good to great level? Like,
Maybe the flopping part,
like,
the referees.
that's the case for him. And he's the best player by far. Like, love JD's leap this season, but he's the best player by a ridiculous margin on the team that sits at the top of the East by 4.5 games. So that's the case.
Right.
But I think Wemby, those performances plus, the way
Oh,
he affects the entire game, it would
oh,
be,
Cade is still top three. Oh, love it.
yeah. And that
Okay.
doesn't surprise me because of what you said. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. The body of work he has done, and I agree with you. He's good or great in every facet of the game. So
yeah,
like he's Swiss Army knife, and he's like the best player. If you're gonna start a franchise, because I saw the numbers on the board podcast or something, they did like a poll. They were arguing against who's better, SGA or SGA or Luca. And I was like,
yeah.
what if you insert Cade in that conversations? Who would you start your franchise with right now? If you're starting a new franchise, Las Vegas, whatever, and you can pick one of those three, who would you pick? Like, I don't know if I'm biased, but I might really go with Cade with age and how easy it is to
Mm,
build around him. 'Cause for Luca, you need a specific type of team around him, like defenders,
yeah.
spot up shooters, like all that. SJ is really good, but he's a bit older than Cade. So
Yeah.
I think I'd go with Cade. Like, I am biased, but I have Cade over them. So it's just,
I
yeah.
would. So was it SGA, Luca, and Cade?
Yeah, if you can, start a franchise with
I
one
think
player.
Luca's third on that list, and
Has to be.
like
So
I
because
love
me,
what
yeah.
Luca's honestly one of my favorite non-Pistons. Like I love watching him play, especially when he was in Dallas. Not so much with LA. I just haven't kept up with that as much. But he I think Cade's if that conversation about who would you start your team with today, I think Cade's ahead of Luca. Um,
Yeah,
because of
the
that. Oh,
conversation gets
that's tough.
interesting when it gets to SGA and Cade because
I
it's
think if I'm
SG's
being
such a great player.
thinking with my head, like, and not my heart. I think it's because I think SGA can affect the game defensively, similarly to Cade.
He's a
Like,
good defender, but I think Cade's a better defender than
I
SGA.
think,
But yeah, it's not too much of a difference.
yeah, it's close, but like, I think SGA is maybe 3 years older than Cade, so there's a bit of an age gap, similar
You,
size, but it's a
you
good.
remember that Cade draft, the Thunder offered SGA plus their lottery pick for our number 1 pick.
Wow.
Like
I did. Was that actually
if you,
confirmed? That's crazy.
I think it was, but I'm not really sure because I saw that rumor a lot. So
Yeah.
that the OKC Thunder offered SGA plus their I
Was
think that was the 7th pick or something. I'm sorry,
was
7th
the
pick.
source
Which
Ballsack Sports? Remember that page?
bro, Ball Sack Sports, NBA Centel, and there's this another thing. They all follow me. So I was like, all right, I'm like Thanos, man.
uh, Joe's got a good question. Would a non-flopping SGA be better than Cade?
Nah, he's better. He like the argument for him being better than Cade right now includes his flopping. Because he's so good at forcing the referees. Mike Brown, who was that? Mike Brown just went at him like he's the best in the league at convincing the referees that he's getting fouled. So he basically called him a flopper. And the comments were like, bro, you coach Jalen Brunson.
I'm just going to drop a link in if anyone wants to come up and have a chat. That's just in there now. But Tom, I was just thinking then, I'm like, let's get really dramatic with it. Do you think the Pistons, based off what we've seen, need to make like a major move in the offseason?
Based so far, I don't. I would have to watch the playoffs before I make a decision or something like that. But so far, I think we do need that secondary guy who can carry the offense when Cade is on the bench, or with playing with Cade. Because when they pressure Cade so much, we don't have that. For example, Chris Middleton to Giannis. We don't have that. Who
Kyrie
else,
to Luka.
Kyrie to Luka, or Reeves to LeBron. Like that second level, our second best scorer is Jalen Duren, who's not really the best at creating his own offense or shooting whatever. And Tobias, he sometimes can, but it's not very consistent. Osar. So we need that second guy, but I'm not sure. Maybe the Pistons can prove me wrong and just win it all this season, and we're just gonna extend everyone and not make any moves. But based on what we saw so far, I would have loved for Chris Middleton to come to us with a buyout or something, like something like that, right? But we'll see. What do you think?
Yesterday, I was having lots of thoughts about it, but I couldn't make up my mind if it's so. I'll throw the question at you again because I can't make up my mind whether the ideal player, because I think it's pretty safe to say the Pistons core, which is going to be here for the next 3 to 4, 5+ years, is Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren for certain. I feel like and then I feel like putting a SAR in there is pretty safe, a safe bet as well. So if that's your core 3, I cannot decide whether I'm just going to say the example of the player, whether I would prefer a Kyrie Irving type player that can shoot, score, handle, or it's more of that replace more what Tobias does, but supercharge it. And it's more like this won't happen, but Larry Markkinen. Yeah, or a Jaren Jackson Jr. Like those players aren't going to be coming here now, but I cannot make up my mind because part of me thinks like Cade absolutely thrives having the ball all the time and that's who he wants to be. But we've seen LeBron thrive with Kyrie. We've seen Luka and Kyrie go to the playoffs. So I'm in the finals. So I can't decide. Maybe it's just like either one would be good and it doesn't really matter. But that's where I'm just like thinking like before I even get to which player is it, I'm like, because you watch games like yesterday and more recently and you're like, nah, we need someone who can actually handle the ball like and really get some offense going. But it's tricky.
If I had to choose, I would go for the Supercharged 4. If I had to choose. Because first, Cade's much better. The offense flows much better if Cade has the ball. And secondly, I think the defensive side of the thing cannot be ignored. Because right now, Cade's the smallest guy. Like, he guards, if we have a smaller guy than Cade on the floor, he's probably our defense is going to be shorter. But right now, Cade's our point guard, which is kind of crazy. So I think it would be better if we have a Lauri Markkinen or Jaren Jackson Jr. or Jalen Johnson, those type of 4s alongside Cade, rather than Kyrie. But any would do, man. Like if we had Kyrie, like if we're just nitpicking stuff right now. But Kyrie, man, imagine like Dame, Kyrie, those type of players around Cade. Imagine Dame, like prime Dame with Cade. That's crazy.
It would yeah, maybe it doesn't matter. But I was just trying to think like before I even think of actual names, like who would be better. But yeah, I
Tracy
think
McGrady.
T-Mac, bring him back.
You'll be perfect, man.
We've got
legend.
Nabil. We've got Nabil here joining us. Maybe he'll have some insight on a player the Pistons could look to add in the off season. I'll bring him up just right now. Nabil, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? How you guys doing?
What up, though, brother?
What's going on?
I'm good.
To answer your question, I don't have a specific player in mind. Just shooters in general. Because as you know, the Pistons need help on the shooting end. Maybe they can sign Tom. He's a good shooter himself.
Did you see that video Jack posted? He's crazy. He's stroking.
Oh, I didn't see it. Is it a recent one?
Whew.
It was only on my Instagram stories.
That shot is crazy. And your brother's really good too, Jack.
Yeah, he's a better shooter than me.
He's a right-handed and you're left-handed.
Yeah, he's a way better shooter than me. He games will constantly hit 7 to 8 threes. That's all he does. He's like prime Kevin Love. Like he just shoots threes and plays like almost center for us. Just rebounds. But yeah, he's a good shooter. I'm very streaky. But sorry, Nabil.
I'm sorry, I got sidetracked about the Pistons signing Tom. What was I gonna say? Yeah, just shooters in general. I don't have a specific guy. I guess there's like a lot of players in the NBA that are underage shooters that don't make that much money. So maybe the Pistons want to look at that direction because maybe maybe Luke Kennard. He's been a good shooter throughout his whole career.
I think he's a legend.
I think he only has does he have like a 1-year deal with the Lakers? Maybe.
I think he signed a new 3-year with the Hawks. Obviously, he got traded, but yeah.
Yeah, he got traded to the Lakers, so he's been solid for the Lakers. So maybe he can be a Piston. Didn't he play on the Pistons?
He was drafted by Detroit.
He was drafted.
We took him ahead of Donovan Mitchell. It was a great draft.
Shut up, Jack.
Yeah, Luke Kennard would be a good
that hurt.
No, I really enjoyed Luke Kennard. That was back when that was 2017. That's when basketball for me, I didn't try and analyze anything. I just used to enjoy it. So I was like, oh, we got Luke Kennard. This is awesome. I didn't care who we took him ahead of. And then you come to find out, it's it was a pretty bad. I think as Stan Van Gundy actually said recently, the Stanley Johnson draft and Luke Kennard draft, if he just got one of them right, he'd still have a job.
Wait, Stanley Johnson? Oh my God, Raptor.
But Stanley was ahead of Devin Booker.
Wait, Stanley played for the Raptors too, right?
Raptor legend.
The Stanimal. God, he was my favorite player. Him and Andre were my favorite players.
He was our Kawhi, man. He was our. Most guys in that build get called the next Kawhi. Him, Patrick Williams, and they never work out. So if you get called the next Kawhi Leonard, you're probably gonna be a role player.
Well, it's because you come into the league, you can't shoot, but you have the frame,
the build, yeah.
But then
expectations.
If you don't become Kawhi, you pretty much just become a wing that doesn't shoot. So it's hard to get on the court.
I liked how Cade won the award that he did recently. Very well deserved. He's been having great year, looking like an MVP. He should be top 3, maybe even top 2 in MVP rankings. So he should definitely get recognition. The record backs it up. The success backs it up, and his stats back it up. So slowly but surely, working on the player of the month, player of the week, and then getting slowly to the MVP. But yeah, that's what I wanted to come here and say. Good luck the rest of the way. I know the regular season's almost done. I don't see Boston catching up with you guys, even though Jason Tatum came back today.
How about the Raptors? How are they doing in the standings? Are they fifth or sixth
Fifth.
right now?
Fifth. Yeah.
So do
Fifth,
they have a
still
chance
fifth.
in overtaking the Knicks or the Cavs?
No, that's far.
So there's no chance. So
Probably.
who would you guys rather face? Like the Knicks, in the Raptors fans in general. What's their thoughts? Who would they like to face? The Knicks or the Cavs or the Celtics? Because they're not gonna face us. They're not gonna drop what? Cavs. Whoa.
Cavs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's different.
We get demolished. We've beaten Cleveland 3 times this season. I know they were.
Haven't you won every game? Yeah.
I know they were unhealthy. So, but Boston
you beat
us.
You guys beat the Cavs. Oh wow! So that's probably like how we're confident against the Knicks. Oh, yeah. So like matchups do exist. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think Scotty will feast against Evan Mobley. I think that Scotty's been the better player. I think that James Harden is a playoff dropper, and the years of experience that I've watched him, he's been a playoff dropper. So I think the matchup works out pretty well.
Yeah, if you think about it, if the Raptors win the first round, they're most likely gonna face us if we make the second round.
Yeah, 1-4.
So
no, 1-5.
Yeah, 1-5. So what do the Raptors fans think about the matchup against the Pistons? Do you know, or isn't?
We haven't thought of that because we know that we're a first round exit. I think
funny.
we can put up a good fight against Cleveland. I think it can go to 6 or 7. 6, 7.
No.
That is unbelievable behavior.
Oh my god. What?
Well, if we're playing the Raptors, no, we can't play the Raptors in the first round. I don't think. I was going to say
in the second round,
might have to get 2 different visas.
I say we sweep them.
Who?
Yeah,
sorry, Nabil. Yeah, man.
Probably will.
I reckon it'd be 5.
But the playoffs are gonna be fun because they're so close to each other. In Pistons versus Raptors games in Detroit, when the Pistons were bad for a long time, when those games happened, there were so many Raptors fans in the arena you could hear them. Because they're so close. So if they have a playoff series, that's gonna be intense.
I remember that game where DeMar went coast to coast for the dunk. I don't know if you remember that game. And then Fred VanVleet got a corner 3. I remember that game where the
no idea which one.
I remember
which one.
DeMar dunked on it was in the dying moments. It was 2019 maybe. We just got Blake Griffin. Maybe it was 2018. Yeah, because I remember the Pistons were trying to make the playoffs. And we started 4-0 with Blake, and we were already coming from the 10th spot. And then we got on a run, but then the season just went sideways. And I remember it was around that time where, we should have won that game against the Raptors. I remember I was covered in dirt. I was working in a hole watching the game on my phone. And I remember being so angry. I just wanted to smash my phone. So I was like, we should have won that game. But DeMar had this insane poster dunk in towards the end. That was crazy. The other game I remember was this is going way back. It was. Do you remember when you had James Johnson and young Andre? He posted Andre Drummond.
Yeah, I remember that.
Then the next time down the court, Andre flattened him. And I just remember there was so many Raptors fans in that stadium. And then I don't know if a fight broke out, but it was just push and shove. And then I just remember I wanted the Pistons to win so bad, and we did not win. And it was one of those frustrating games.
I just watched the DeMar dunk. I remember that. That was traumatizing, man. Why did I watch this shit?
I have one more question before I head out.
All right.
What's your ideal playoff scenario? Break it down each round. Who would you rather play in the first, second, third, and if you make it to the finals, fourth?
Rather? So my dream scenario? So my dream scenario is first round we face either the Heat or the Magic or the Bucks or the Bulls, whatever. Anyone except Charlotte. Second round we face we face Toronto,
Yeah.
and third round we face the New York Knicks.
I think
And
that's a good one.
finals, right? The best case scenario. And if we beat the Knicks in the finals, we meet somehow lucky Lakers or whatever.
I don't think the Lakers.
Any team outside the Spurs and the Thunder, like somehow they got hot,
Denver.
and they come up.
Denver.
Hopefully, the best matchup would be the Rockets. Imagine a Minnesota matchup, man. That's gonna be, yeah. So that's my dream. But it's most likely gonna be,
yeah. No, I think for me would be play. Like I don't really care about the first round. I think second, if we. This is just my ideal. Like this isn't maybe the best path, but I would love to beat the Knicks in the second round and then love to beat Boston in the conference finals. Like that would be so cool to play playoff games at Madison Square Garden, TD Garden,
the Gardens.
And yeah, because Cleveland, like they are our worst matchup, but I just don't really care too much. Like Cleveland don't really annoy me, or there's nothing really interesting about them. Whereas New York and Boston, there's something really cool about the history.
Exactly.
If we face New York, man.
Yeah.
If we face New York in the playoffs, every game's gonna be like life-changing for me. A win or a loss, whatever it's gonna be. Like, just thinking about it just makes my blood boil, man. Oh my god.
I need to sign the papers.
Great question, Nabil. I didn't realize we've got Joe here, so I'm going to get him up before we wrap up the show. Thank you for coming on as always, Nabil. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, brother. Have a good day. Have a good night.
All right, we've got Joe here. Joe, thanks for waiting. Sorry, I didn't see you down the bottom. What's been happening?
What up, though?
What up? Well, the Boomers just beat Gilas. Your national team just beat them by a lot.
Who did we beat, sorry?
The Philippine national team.
Oh, wow. Where was the game played?
It was played here in the Philippines.
Really?
Last Monday.
Amazing.
No fights broke out this time.
Oh yeah, that was when the Philippines played against Australia. Was that the Thonmaker kick fight?
Yeah. The kick, right. The flying kick.
Wild. Insane.
That was wild, man. That was wild. Anyways, yeah.
Well, Joe, how are you been feeling about the team, mainly post All-Star break? Like, are you?
Yeah.
I've got Tom over here. I don't know if it's because he's hungover or it's his birthday tomorrow, but he's feeling a bit down and concerned.
I know. I was like, what's happening to Tom? Where's the?
I think
82.
If we lose to the Nets, if we lose to the Nets, that's what I said. If we lose to the Nets, I might be concerned. But right now, I'm not at all. But if we lose to these Nets, who have Nolan Traore as the second best player, who have Igor Yemen, whatever, like those 4 rookies on rotation, I don't know. It's gonna piss me off. Anyways, yeah.
I mean, the past couple of losses have been a bit hard. I think that we could have won the Cavs game, but the Spurs game, you could really see it. I mean, when Asar went down in that first quarter, it was already bad. And then, like I mentioned in the comments, I mean, the defensive intensity, especially after the All-Star break, has been inconsistent at best. I mean, we'd have all throughout the first half of the season where the defensive intensity of the team was like really, really high and very consistent. But now it seems that it might also be fatigue.
Yeah.
The players are getting tired. It's towards the tail end of the season, you know. Yeah.
No, that's a great point. Like we're at game 61. It's a long season.
We haven't had too many break, man. So I don't think fatigue should play that big of a factor. I think, but I don't know. I don't think. I hope not, because I don't want the Pistons stating fatigue as the reason when they're one of the youngest teams in the league and it's our brand. I don't want us to show weakness. No.
Of course.
Fair.
It'll be interesting if they can continue to show the intensity all the way. If they can pick up the intensity from where they were, where they are now, and then bring it all the way to the finals, right?
Well, exactly. I've got 20 regular season games left, and then, I think we all want to see the Pistons. Oh, Tom's he's had enough. But I think we all want to see the Pistons get to at least the Eastern Conference Finals with the way they've played this year. So Tom's saying what they're in the chat. But Joe, like, I'll bring Tom back up here. Has the past few games or week, have you more like really concerned with how far the Pistons can go in the playoffs? Because I see some fans who are now like thinking we're just going to get eliminated in the first round to the Hornets or something. Like,
no. Well, I'll tell you this. I had the Pistons somewhere in first or second round before the season started. And then with everything that they did in the first half of the season, my confidence in them got really so much higher. And right now, it's probably tapering off a little bit, but not so much. I still have them at the very least getting to the conference finals. Yeah. That's where I have them right now. I mean,
yeah,
I pegged them at 45 wins at the start of the season. I think a lot of even the odds makers were saying like they were going to be at 44.5 at the start of the season. Right.
I mean, a fair portion of people as well thought the Pistons might take just a marginal step back from last year and maybe go 41-41. So I think that's where I get really torn as well, is with this season overall. Like, I was more like you, Joe. Like, I had the Pistons around 48 wins, so pretty much the same. So for them to be still on pace to maybe win 60 or high 50s, it's hard for me to like really like, get mad about anything, like, because this season to me was still always like evaluating, like, in a way, like, of like what we have, because I think I can't remember exactly with yourself, Joe, but I know Tom, like, we were both, let's see what Ivy has. He might be, that on ball shot creator. I don't know if I'm lumping you in there, Tom, but I know you're an Ivy fan. Maybe you were out on him. So, but obviously he gets traded, and then now the Pistons.
I still have this on my wall, man.
So it's kind of, for me, like, maybe this is just a little slump, and the weaknesses that this roster has are really on display against a team like the Spurs. But, let's be honest, the Spurs, they're an incredible team. Like, I don't think we should be, saying, oh, the trade deadline was a disgrace because we've lost to the Spurs. Like, Spurs absolutely handled OKC with ease, apart from the last game. So, like, it's sometimes hard. I try not to get too like down about things because it's been an incredible season.
Right.
I mean, hopefully the shooting slump stops. They get to pick up their shooting again. Duncan Robinson hasn't been really lights out the past couple of games. I mean, he's not entirely lights out, but he gives you about 2 to 3 triples every game. And then you got Javante. For me right now, those are the concerning thing is the outside shooting. And I'm starting to notice that the defense really is a back the lane defense. They don't really defend the perimeter as well. And that's what we've been seeing. We've been losing to teams that have been shooting really well from the outside.
The Pistons defense, like, it's more focused on the paint, lock down the paint, and if they're gonna beat us, they're gonna beat us from a hot shooting night from 3. And recently, opposing teams have been shooting lights out from 3. That's why the Pistons defense have been looking bad. But when it works, it's like the best defense in the league. So we'll see. I think our defense is gonna work wonders in the playoffs, where it shrinks, everything shrinks, and it's more paint focused and stuff. The Pistons are physical, so it's gonna be much better in the playoffs. But right now, against some teams like playing fast pace or with some good shooters, it's gonna look bad at times.
Yeah. Hopefully they pick it up. Yeah.
That's a good point, Tom. Like, it's easy to focus on the Pistons' potential offensive struggles because they can't shoot in the playoffs. But you're so right. The Pistons focusing on the paint and things slowing down and becoming more congested in the playoffs really actually plays into the Pistons' favor defensively.
Right.
So that's a very, like, I hadn't actually thought about that. So, but yeah, I think I'm hoping, a couple of weeks' time, we'll just look back at this and be like, oh, this is just a bit of a lull. The Spurs are a matchup nightmare, but find me a team where Wemby's not going to just completely wreck everything you do. I think that's why he is like the most generational prospect of
I'm
all
so
time.
glad he's in the Western Conference, man. Like after yesterday,
We only
that's
get
what
to
I
see him
felt. I was like,
twice.
oh my
Yeah.
god, thank God he's the Western Conference because we don't have to face him in the regular season that much. And if we meet in the playoffs, it's gonna be the finals. So thank
Yeah.
you. So I'm so glad they won the lottery. It's not like the Charlotte Hornets or whatever the other team like won it in the Eastern Conference. Man, I'm so glad they won it, man. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it's a good point. Like, if we do ever see him, it'll be in the finals, and
Right.
anything can kind of happen in the finals. So, but Joe, is there
What?
anything else you've been?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, go Tom. Go Tom.
This stream got me more confident back again that we're gonna make the finals and win it all. I don't know. It just came to me that we're gonna win it all, man. I see us winning the finals this season. Yeah. Anyways,
Well, it's been an absolute roller coaster with you this stream. Like, seriously, I've never.
Oh wait.
You're
Oh,
normally the one.
usually
crazy.
the positive one and stuff. But oh yeah, I just want to say something. See, yesterday, so I was drinking, so I was in the karaoke. So this drunk Tom decided he goes on a live stream on Instagram. So he turns on his live. And like some people join in, and the Tigers came in and they comment something. I forgot what they even commented. They were like,
The Detroit Tigers.
yeah. They were like, they
No.
watched me sing drunk. I was like, no. When I woke
That's
up today,
so
that's the
good.
first thing I remembered. I was like, oh no.
You've
Oh,
got a
no.
good voice though, Tom. I still remember when you sung Final Countdown last playoffs. And I was like, I showed me and Andy were watching it, and I was like, Tom's actually like got a good voice. Like it's actually really good. Like so
Yeah, and a drunk me thinks I'm a better singer than I am. So I get the confidence. So that's why I did the live stream, and I regret it to my
What?
bones right now.
just on that, I actually want to ask both you because we're all from like different countries. So culturally, like most Australian men, like when I say most, like I'd say like over 50%, like me included, I would never do karaoke. Like in Australia,
Oh,
like
really?
we're very like worried that if I was to sing, like my friends might like bully me, basically, or like not. You know what I mean? Like what's the word?
Yeah, I kind of get it.
Phrase? And then like that's why I think when I saw
Muscular or
you,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, very like testosterone masculine, but like
Yeah.
not everyone's like that. I'm just saying like the general sense. What's like so obviously in Korea, Tom, are you
Everyone
like
goes to karaoke.
everyone does, yeah.
Everyone loves karaoke. Even if you're a bad
Yeah.
singer, you just go and sing.
Yeah, I
And
love
everyone
that.
loves karaoke. And
Yeah.
Filipinos are famous
I was gonna
for
ask
being
Joe,
one of the best singers in the world, man. Filipinos are
Really?
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
videoke is
amazing.
karaoke is a culture is sort of a religion here. Like
That's
every party,
amazing.
you rent a karaoke machine. A lot of Filipinos, yeah. That's why if you actually look at talent shows and wherever in the world, a lot of Filipinos are part of those talent shows.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so that's like no, that's amazing. I love that vibe. Like
Oh, but personally, I need a lot of liquid courage before I get in front of the mic.
of course. But I'm saying like even like Australian men, if they drink, still won't do karaoke. Like they'll be more open to it, but like I just feel like the general sense is more like men here don't. Maybe that's changing now, but like just when I was a bit
That's
younger and
interesting.
go out and stuff. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like that's just how
No.
I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
Australian boys and men sort of tend to be.
I
But
wonder how it is in the States. 'Cause
yeah,
I don't.
I
Yeah,
think it'd
that
be
got me
in between.
curious.
Like I think it'd be in between what Australians and then yourselves are. Like I think Americans are more open to it because they're a bit less. Australians, we have this thing called tall poppy syndrome, which I'm not going to bore you with it, but
Matty
um,
worked with a Filipino and he sang all day long.
that's so good.
What up, though, Devin?
Uh,
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but yeah, I would never do karaoke. Maybe I'll change one day. But yeah.
Hey, maybe in Detroit, downtown Ducey invited me to the studio. He was like,
Yeah.
he had the mic held on it. So I think he's inviting me to go to the studio and record the song with him. I was like,
That's
I
so
don't
good.
know. I'm confident after 2 bottles of soju and in a karaoke, but in a studio, oh man, like I
But
don't know, dudes.
well, Devin says most guys don't do karaoke, and Devin's from Detroit, so maybe more on
Okay.
this. But I was gonna ask you,
Just
Joe, what's like your drink? So Tom, you drink soju. That
right.
Aussie males, it's pretty much a lot. We just drink beer like heavily.
Beer.
What about yourself, Joe, in the Philippines?
Well, yeah,
It's beer.
I'm gonna be a homer, so it's gonna be San Miguel. We have San Miguel Pale Pilsen, and we
That's the
have
best,
yeah.
bro.
Tom
San
knows what I'm
Miguel
talking
Pale
about.
Pilsen. That's amazing beer, man. That's amazing beer. That's why,
What about
like,
Red
when I
Horse,
was in
Tom?
the
Have you ever tried Red Horse?
I love Red Horse too. I love Red Horse. That's a
So
stronger version
yeah,
of the beer, but I love it. I
yeah. So
love
for that Pale Pilsen, that's like the usual that we get. But
Yeah.
if you want to get drunk faster, you go with Red Horse.
The
you know,
Red
like,
Horse.
because when I was in the Philippines, I drank a lot of beer because the beer was so good. I thought beer was always that good, and when I got to Korea, beer's trash here. Like,
Yeah.
legit, like it's trash because the beers here in Korea they're usually diluted. Because beers usually they mix it with soju, so they call it a somek. That's how they drink it here in Korea.
Oh,
So beers are usually
really?
weaker than the standard beers that you know. So it's really bad. The beers are really bad. So whenever I get the chance to buy Filipino beer, I do it. Yeah.
That's so
How's beer in
good.
Australia?
Good. Like, not that I
Okay.
drink much anymore, but like the ideal thing would be like you go to a pub or a bar and get like a cold beer off a tap in like a glass, not much froth. Like, I'm sure it's like that everywhere,
Oh,
but
that's
like that's what everyone like. That's like a
Yeah.
Aussie bloke's ideal Friday afternoon after work. But lots of
wait.
people drink wine and stuff. Like, that's just generalizing, but yeah. Like, Devin's a big
When,
wine guy, as he's saying
when I
here.
was in Detroit, whenever I went to a bar, I asked them to recommend like Detroit beer because I wanted to try their local beers. And the ones I forgot which ones I got. Can someone in the comments like I forgot the brand? I'm trying to look for it.
It wasn't like obviously one of the big ones like Budweiser or something. It was like a local,
It's
more
a
of a
local
local.
beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a local beer. I yeah, but I went to a lot of some breweries and I went to like the Atwater beer, I think.
Yeah.
Some different places and they had really good beer. Detroit has really good food and beer. I can't wait to be
Okay.
back, man.
And it doesn't surprise me that Maddie's a whiskey guy for some reason.
Yeah,
Maddie,
kind of matches
that does not surprise me at all. Just whiskey on the rocks for Maddie. That literally
Nah,
is
I
like
think he doesn't even
so
go
on
with
point.
rocks. Do you
It's
go
just,
whiskey with
neat.
rocks, Maddie?
We don't have whiskey's no ice. See, I don't even drink that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's usually a fireball guy. And he just
No, I'm not. I just got poisoned by it. I drank way too much and I'm never drinking again. I faced those. Me and my girlfriend got a bottle of Fireball for my sister's 21st birthday. And then like it was meant to be for everyone at the party. And then I FaceTimed Tom and I was like drinking it out of the bottle. Then the next day I had never been so ill. And I was
he was
working.
dead.
I was doing freelance work for the basketball league down here for like covering games. Like I'm just at my computer, but I was doing socials and then running and vomiting in the toilet, coming back. I was it was horrible. Like, yeah. So the Fireball's kind of nice though, but I'm not having it again.
I have to
Jones
try
drinks
that one
craft
of these days.
beer.
Okay, we just chat about drinking for 5 to 10 minutes, man.
It's interesting. I love the different. No, I was just curious in like different, like the
I love it.
karaoke and like the different cultures and like.
You
I
know,
think
and the Filipino food goes so well with the beer.
Mhm.
It's
What sort of
it's
food?
the
Like,
food.
one
It's
example.
all
A
well.
lot of
Tom
yeah,
knows what sisig, right? You got
sisig.
sisig. It's
Like
like
Filipino food, a lot of barbecue and a
yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of like they're very sweet and they're very sour. They have like salty, whatever. And it's very flavorful. So it's really good, goes well with the beer. Like, oh my god. I'm going back to the Philippines actually on December because one of my friends is getting married. So I'm so excited. Ah.
Let me know, man. Maybe we can meet up or something.
Things dry.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah, I mean,
Filipino food.
we call it here. Here we call it pulutan because pulot is to pick up. So
Yeah.
it's meant to be like you're drinking and then it's finger food. It's oily, so it goes with beer, right?
Yes. How good.
There are
I
only a
love it.
few good Filipino restaurants here in Korea, and there's one of my favorite. I go there like maybe thrice or 4 times a year.
Ooh.
They have really
Amazing.
good sisig. Yeah. Anyways, oh man, I miss the Philippines. Ah.
Well, this has been unbelievable. I've had so much fun talking about all this. Next time we get you back up here, Joe, we'll think of another topic to talk about the difference
Sure.
that everyone does in each country.
Maybe you should drink a beer on live.
Who, me or Joe?
That could be done.
Maybe we all bring one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I don't have a hangover. No, actually, I had the hangover before the show started, but now it got so much better. I was
That's
second guessing myself because I was supposed to drink tonight. I was like, maybe not, but nah, I'm gonna do it.
we're encouraging Tom to continue drinking. How good is that?
You know,
Well, Joe,
Koreans,
thank
I
you.
drink the most in the world. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're good. Joe, thanks for jumping on, my friend. Appreciate you as
Anytime,
always.
man. Anytime.
and
Laban Pistons, man.
Laban
Pistons,
Pistons,
brother.
let's go. Catch you, man.
I,
Oh, I've taken
Wow.
Tom off. Tom's gotten
That was
booted.
I,
Me and
I
Joe's
love
show
how
now.
I love how your Laban Pistons had an Australian accent to it. Like,
Yeah,
was
it's probably the
Laban
Laban.
Pistons, and you're Laban.
yeah, it's the pronunciation of the A. It's like dragged
Yeah.
out of you.
Lab. Wait, Laban.
Sometimes I
Laban
must admit,
Pistons.
sometimes I obviously forget what I sound like, and then because I posted that clip of Luke Cornett flopping and I was talking in it, I went back and watched it, and I'm like, I literally say San Antonio so stupidly. It sounds so Australian.
How
Anyway,
does it? I'm gonna watch that after this one.
it's not like
Okay.
it just kind of stood out to me because I never listened to my voice,
You
but
know,
I just
your
randomly.
Aussie accent gets really strong when you're talking with Andy. Like when they do a
Yeah.
FaceTime with you, that's when your Australian accent really comes out. Not
Yeah.
during this show, it's still there. But when you're doing a FaceTime, like when you're driving and stuff, and then when Andy's like chatting about the food and all that, that's when
Yeah.
your accent goes for full Australian. I was whoa,
Yeah.
I love this, man. I love this.
I know. Yeah, most people like sometimes can't understand me, like if I'm really talking Australian. But yeah, yeah, like when we meet in person the first time, you're probably like, what are you saying? Sometimes Andy she can't even understand me because I like mumble or something. Yeah, she's like, what are you saying?
Does Australia really have big insects and animals? And how
Yeah.
are the kangaroo? And are kangaroos really on the street and fighting you and stuff?
No
Really? Oh,
kangaroo.
okay.
No, you only get kangaroos like an hour out of Melbourne, maybe 45 minutes. Like if you drive out to like more
only
rural
an
parts.
hour. Like,
Yeah.
there are no kangaroos here.
Yeah, but like
yeah, that's
once
awesome.
you get out, but like there's definitely like spiders and like bugs and like
Like
in
how
summer,
big? Because I
so
saw
many.
some photos. Like they're
Oh yeah,
like that.
not that big. If you see an Australian person posting one that big, they probably live out in like on a farm or more like rural parts of Australia. In Melbourne, you will get big
Wait.
ones, but like
So you're saying this is a possibility still in rural areas?
yeah, I remember I was at a party once, Tom, and we were camping, and it was like early morning, and I went and climbed up on this tree, and I'll never forget it. We were out on like a farm, and I was like, is the bark moving on this tree? And then there's all these like tree spiders, which were like hairy, like it was disgusting. They're like not the size of my hand, but a little bit smaller. Because I literally thought the bark was moving, but it was just all these spiders that were like blended in. I was like, fucking, oh, I just swore, but I like ran off.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god.
no, once you get outside of like the city, like there's massive insects and stuff. I like if we have a spider in our room, even if it's like that big, like I like struggle to get them there.
Are you saying that even if it's that big, so you're saying it's small? This size is
including
small.
including its legs. Like that's not its body, but yeah.
In Korea, if you see a spider this big, that's a huge ass spider. I'm sorry, that's a
Oh,
huge
really?
spider. Yeah, like if you see a spider that big, that's an emergency, man. Like
I would
I
say
saw you doing this. I was
it's yeah. I think it's just like a bit different here. Insects and stuff like,
yeah.
or
What's
like
the
in this.
best time to visit?
I was just gonna say the best time is definitely summer. I would say
So right now,
October to February. Yeah, we're just kind of exiting summer now, but like, um, my favorite time of the year here is like November, December. That's when the
oh,
vibes I feel like are the best.
is
January,
that spring for you guys?
summer. Summer starts in
Oh, okay.
December. Oh yes, yeah, November is spring, and then yeah, summer
Oh,
from December to February. But December is just a great time of the year because everyone's like wrapping up work. The weather's amazing. People are got a high vibe, and like things are happening in the city. Whereas January is more like holiday mode, a bit quieter. Things are still happening, but I would say November or December is the funnest time, like to come here.
yeah.
So
And
yeah,
Korea too. Yeah, Korea too. I think it's April, which is spring, April or October, November. October,
yeah.
November, yeah.
Mhm.
Spring fall days, like they're the best, absolute best. And speaking about visiting Detroit, Green Dot Stables, from Detroit, they're actually a very famous restaurant in Detroit. I've been there. They have really good
Yeah.
flavorful like sliders. Sliders are basically. Do you know what sliders are?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
never
yeah.
knew what. Really,
We got
I
sliders here.
never,
Yeah.
I never had heard of the term
They're just like
sliders
mini
before I went
burgers.
there. Exactly. So I was like,
Yeah, they're
what are
awesome.
sliders? And so I went there and they have mini burgers. They were really good. And they actually messaged me out of nowhere like a few weeks back, and they were like, "Oh, my staff is going to Korea, and we would love to send you out gifts." And they gave me a lot of like T-shirts,
Wow.
and they got me this bobblehead of Ben Wallace from a long time ago, and it was really cool. So appreciate the love, Detroit. Like
Oh, was
it
that the
was.
thing that
I loved
you
it.
you did a video on it earlier this week? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, they gave
Yeah.
me snacks. So basically they gave me peels. Peels. I think is it right? Peels. It basically it's like a marshmallow, very
Gotcha.
sugar coated marshmallow. And people are all saying you're gonna love it, you're gonna hate it, whatever. You got to make a video on this. So I was like, all right, let me just pop into my other like office room for a quick while. So I
Yeah.
went to there. So I tried it. It was sweet as hell. At first bite is good, but after a few bites, I realized this is not for my life. It's too sweet. How do you guys like peels? It was too sweet, man. Do you like sweets? Oh my god, that was too sweet.
I'm more of a I don't know what we call them lollies, but Americans call it candy. I like
Lollipops.
I hate like I really don't like lollies and that type of candy. I like more chocolate if I'm gonna I think Americans call that candy as well, but like chocolate and lollies are different things to me. But I like chocolate. I don't really like lollies as much, which are like snakes, like do you know like those just full of sugar and they're like just yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know why.
I only like. I also don't like sweets. I only like chocolate. I don't
Yeah,
like
same.
marshmallows. I don't like those sour gummies, whatever. I
Yeah,
only
yeah. See
like
that stuff
chocolates.
I don't
Yeah,
like it. Like I would
I only
obviously
rock
eat
with
it.
chocolate. With
Yeah, chocolate's
with
the guy.
cocoa chocolate's the best. The ones kind of black chocolate, dark chocolate. Like
Yeah,
that's
dark
kind of
chocolate.
bitter type
Oh,
of
you
chocolate
like
are my
that?
favorite. Yeah, I love
I'll
those.
only I'll only eat that because it's like more healthy than like Cadbury chocolate. Wait, but oh yeah,
And,
see, look at I'm going to town nerds clusters. That makes me feel sick. That reminds me of when
I,
I was like a kid, like really young. Do you know
I'm
what
going
nerds
to
are?
town. Yeah, those are the small like the pink
Like
whatever those
pink,
those
like
ones, right?
purple things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah,
them in the Philippines before.
yeah.
Well, I
See,
don't know. I don't even know what that sentence means. I'm
I,
going to
I think
town on nerds
he's like
clusters.
going to town means like I'm going crazy, like I'm eating so many. Like I'm going to
Oh,
town.
is that an American term or Australian
We
term?
say it here in Australia. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to town. Oh, that's okay.
We've
New
been talking
term
about food and
unlocked.
stuff for half an hour.
Bro,
Um,
like I got so many recommendations to go to because I posted a
yes.
reel right to recommend, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the most liked comment, and I'm gonna do it whatever it is. And so far, the most liked comment is Detroit Institute of Arts saying that they're gonna
Yeah.
give me a full tour. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
Did you? I saw that. Did you go there last time or no?
Yeah, I did.
can't-
I
Yeah,
did.
that
But
will give
I
you
had
a
an
sick
interview.
tour.
Yeah, I did. I did have an interview with a news station
Yeah.
there, and I
Yeah.
just walked around for like an hour or something. But that place is huge. You can spend
Yeah.
the whole day and you'll not finish it. So
See,
like,
I need to go because when I only went there for it was
right.
set up for a Pistons like dinner, like an event. So like we were in
Oh,
the
that was
main
in
floor.
DIA.
Yeah, it's a Black
Oh,
Excellence dinner. It was really cool, but like it was, I didn't really explore. We were just in like the big hall area where they set up all the tables and stuff. But like, I just remember looking at the roof and like I did a little walk around. So I'm definitely want to hit that up when I go back.
oh, come on, join me then.
Yeah,
Seriously.
get me a tour, Tom. You got the keys to the city.
No, so DIA said they're gonna give me a tour and they're gonna get us free coffee. So
Yeah, I
let's
found
go.
the free coffee interesting. Why free coffee?
Right.
Or is that just what
I
they
guess
serve?
that's a brand in the museum. I guess I'm not sure. So,
Ah,
oh,
got you. Yeah,
let's go together. You and Andy and me. Let's get a
totally.
tour because I never spent like more than an hour in the museum before. So I'm like,
Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah, I would love it if it's with you guys. Yeah, that's perfect. Nice.
for sure.
Oh,
No, as soon as I'll shout out to Maddie. You're a legend, bro. Go to Detroit Historical Museum. It kind of flies
oh
under
yeah.
the radar.
That got recommended to a lot. And the Henry Ford Museum, I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna go to that. And I'm gonna go to the Greenfield Village. Greenfield, am I right, guys? Greenfield Village. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a lot of places that I need to go. And go with me, Jack.
Yeah, no, I will do.
Seriously.
Obviously I'm planning to be there for the playoffs, but as soon as I actually get things locked in, I'll be posting as well, being like, give me some suggestions and I'll be coming with you. So I just don't want to
Let's
say
do
anything
it.
yet because I need to make sure I'm actually coming first, but I am planning to go.
Yeah, you
but-
were supposed to be with me in that trip. And the
Yeah, I know.
season
That's
opener,
why
and
I'm
you
not
didn't make
saying
it.
anything. I know. That's why I'm not
Boo.
locking anything in. So
Thank you guys. Greenfield
of
Village.
course I
All
want
right.
to be there. But
Okay, we
no,
talked
I'm
about
gonna do.
a lot of stuff now. I love
I
it.
reckon people enjoyed it more than us talking about the Pistons. So
Bro, I'm so excited
I
for the
like
trip
it,
to
but
Detroit. It's all I can think about
yeah,
recently, man. I just search up stuff on YouTube, and I love the Josh and Jace, the two British guys who went to Michigan, how they toured
yeah.
around. It was that was I watched every single video. I'm a fan, man. I can't wait to get back to
Devin.
Detroit, man.
Oh, same man. Devin said Greenfield Village is right near his house, so maybe we'll have to swing
Oh,
by Devin.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's do it.
I wonder if Devin has a fuck New York poster up in front of his house.
Wait, what?
Whenever I post something about the Knicks on Instagram, Devin will just come in with "fuck the Knicks." It's just the comment. It always makes me laugh. It's
That's
so good.
hilarious.
It always makes me laugh.
No, my
He'll know
God.
what I'm talking about. But all right, guys, I gotta wrap up the stream. Thank you for listening to Tom and I talk about pretty much everything the last half an hour. Shout out to Joe and Nabil for coming on up. But Pistons are gonna bounce back tomorrow with a win. We are. The vibes are gonna be back
Bounce
up
back.
again.
Bounce back.
That's right. Bounce back. And Tom, take it away for us, brother.
Detroit basketball. Let's go.
Let's go.